Braves Country. I'm Mac Magee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic call of Braves Country baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines and react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, pitch by pitch, play by play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball. You're listening to Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball. Hey Braves Country, this is Mac Magee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Please like and subscribe today. It's free, and it helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call, Braves Country baseball. Casey at the bat by Ernest Lawrence Thayer. The outlook wasn't brilliant for the Mudville Nine that day. The score stood 4-2, but with one inning more to play. And when Cooney died at first, and Barrows did the same, a pall-like silence fell upon the patrons of the game. A straggling few got up to go in deep despair. The rest clung to the hope which springs eternal in the human breast. They thought if only Casey could but get a whack at that, we'd put up even money now with Casey at the bat. But Flynn preceded Casey, as did Jimmy Blake, and the former was a hoodoo while the latter was a cake. So upon that stricken multitude grim melancholy sat, for there seemed but little chance of Casey getting to the bat. But Flynn let drive a single, to the wonderment of all, and Blake, the much despised, tore the cover off the ball. And when the dust had lifted and men saw what had occurred, there was Jimmy safe at second and Flynn a hugging third. Then from 5,000 throats and more rose a lusty yell. It rumbled through the valley, it rattled in the dell. It pounded on the mountain and recoiled upon the flat, for Casey, mighty Casey, was advancing to the bat. There was ease in Casey's manner as he stepped into his place. There was pride in Casey's bearing, and a smile lit Casey's face. And when responding to the cheers, he lightly doffed his hat. No stranger in the crowd could doubt 'twas Casey at the bat. 10,000 eyes were on him as he rubbed his hands with dirt. 5,000 tongues applauded when he wiped them on his shirt. Then while the writhing pitcher ground the ball into his hip, defiance flashed in Casey's eye, a sneer cooled Casey's lip. And now the leather-covered sphere came hurtling through the air, and Casey stood a-watching it in a haughty grandeur there. Closed by the sturdy batsman, the ball unheeded sped. That ain't my style, said Casey. Strike one, the umpire said. From the benches black with people, there went up a muffled roar, like the beating of a storm waves on a stern and distant shore. Kill him! Kill the umpire! Shouted someone on the stand, and it's likely they'd have killed him had not Casey raised his hand. With the smile of Christian charity, great Casey's visage shone. He stilled the rising tumult, he bade the game go on. He signaled to the pitcher, and once more the dun sphere flew. But Casey ignored it, and the umpire said, "Strike two!" "Fraud!" cried the maddened thousands, and echoed answered, "Fraud!" But one scornful look from Casey, and the audience was awed. They saw his face grow stern and cold. They saw his muscles strain. And they knew that Casey wouldn't let that ball go by again. The sneer is from Casey's lip. His teeth are clenched in hate. He pounds with cruel violence his bat upon the plate. And now the pitcher holds the ball, and now he lets it go. And now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow. Oh, somewhere in the favored land, the sun is shining bright. The band is playing somewhere, and somewhere hearts are light. And somewhere men are laughing, and somewhere children shout. But there is no joy in Mudville. Mighty Casey has struck out. Casey at the Bat, Ernest Lawrence Thayer, published June 3rd, 1888. San Francisco Examiner. Hey Braves Country, I'm Mac Magee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic call of Braves Country baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines and react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, pitch by pitch, play by play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
What's up, Braves Country? Looking forward to a great Atlanta Braves season. See y'all at the ballpark. Love you.
Lineup for Braves Country by DM Magee, 2024. A is for Aaron, the Hammer and Hank, the real home run king. Take that to the bank. B is for Bobby, Cox never cowered. He'd give Blue quite an earful on his way to the showers. C is for Chipper, Don't call him Larry. He would show up in Shea, the Mets he would bury. D is for David. Justice he'd bring. A Game 6 solo brought Atlanta their ring. E is for Eddie Matthews. 512 bombs away. Lit skies from Boston to Milwaukee to the A. F is for Fred. McGriff, dog-biting crime. A fire was lit the day he arrived. G is for Glavine. Southpaw winds and kicks. Changing speeds east and west. A gem in Game 6. H is for Harry and his brother George Wright. The father of baseball, Boston pennants in flight. I is for inning, ending double play. Riley to Ozzie to Olsen all day. J is for Jones. Andrew let her fly. And his gloves in center is where singles would die. K is for strikeouts. A plenty from Strider. The quads in the stash, getting swings from that slider. L is for Lopez. Javi to B-Mac. Travis and Smurf, we've been lucky to see that. M is for Mad Dog. He won 355. Could swat flies with the changeup and still bust you inside. N is for Necro. He got to the hall by bending and knuckling and floating that ball. O is for Otis. Old Nixon could fly. The catch at the wall baffled our eyes. P still for Peterson. We were all rockin' pearls. With Eddie and Jorge, we were out of this world. Q is a quandary for why Dale is not in. Murphy MVPs again and again. R is for ranking. The top pitchers lore. Remember Kid Nichols, 107 WAR. S is for Smoltzy. The big three in the hall. When the game's on the line, you give John the ball. T is for Tyler. Matzik and the gift of 2021, the entire night shift. U is for Chavez, but we say Uncle Jesse. The frames, the release, kept the batters guessing. V is Van Weeren. Skip Carey 2. Don Ernie Joe, the tales from the booth. W is Warren. Spawn Johnny Sane. They'd ride him in Boston and then pray for rain. X is Mazzoni. Yeah, X marked the spot. Leo rocked next to Bobby, and his pitchers stayed hot. Why it makes us feel young. The game's main appeal. Chopping through the battery, there's no better feel. Z is for Zip Boom Bam, Rama-Lama Ding Dong. Throughout the summer, we sing that song. From AJ to eyeglasses and a hell of a pen. Mad Max, Uncle Charlie, win after win. A cannon from short, and RC you later. Acuna Matata, there is no one greater. Though you can't fit them all, when you just A to Z, think of your favorites in the rafters we see. I started with 3, then 10, 25, 47, 31, and of course 29. Let's not forget 21, 41, 35, the great 44, or 755, and old number 6, who led his great teams. The pennants were flying. It felt like a dream. From Boston to Milwaukee to Atlanta's TBS, a family, a tradition, Braves Country's the best. Lineup for Braves Country by DM McGee, 2024.
like me, you can't smoke like me. So don't try and be like me. Let's party together.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
Baseball is a beautiful thing. It's more beautiful in an old park. It's asymmetrical and quirky. But even in a dome with artificial turf, it's beautiful. The way the field fans out, the choreography of the sport, the pace and rhythm of it, the fact that that pace and rhythm allows for conversation and reflection and opinion and comparison.
In right field, the crowd is tormenting Strawberries, singing Darryl, Darryl. Little roller up along first, behind the man. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win. And there's a fly ball deep to left. It's on its way. There it goes, and the Yankees are going to the World Series. Aaron Boone.
Ground ball stabbed by Polk. He has it. He underhands to first for the first time in 86 years. The Red Sox have won baseball world championship. Can you believe it?
It's a pastime, something you do. It's entertainment, something you watch. And it's a shared experience, something you talk about and read about. But you can apply those same three criteria to other things. What makes baseball special is that it's the best game that's ever been devised.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. Sure as God made green apples, someday the Chicago Cubs are going to be in the World Series. A little bouncer slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it in front of Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series. Cubs win. What a lucky break. The good Lord wants the Cubs to win.
How can you not be romantic about baseball?
If baseball is about caring, about loyalty and rivalry.
Braves fans are on their feet hoping for some kind of a bleeder or a seeing-eye single. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball hit high and deep down the right field line. It's going back, back, back. Is it fair? Is it zip, boom, bam, it's gone! Ram-a-lam-a ding-dong, a 3-run shot, and your Atlanta Braves have taken a 1-1 lead. She's gone, baby!
There's a very peaceful thing. It was created and played in pastures and meadows. There's grass, there's outdoors, there's everything that people thought was American and feel about America. You get in a ballpark, and it's the wonder of walking through that dark tunnel and seeing a huge open space where men play the little boy's game.
I believe in the Church of Baseball. I've tried all the major religions and most of the minor ones. I know things. For instance, there are 108 beads in a Catholic rosary and there are 108 stitches in a baseball. I prefer metaphysics to theology. You see, there's no guilt in baseball, and it's never boring. It's a long season and you gotta trust it. I've tried them all, I really have. And the only church that truly feeds the soul day in, day out is the Church of Baseball.
Swung line drive left field. 1 run is in. Here comes Reed. He's the throw to the plate. He is safe.
You're in Braves country.
If there's a bigger thing going on right now, I don't know what it is. We're down to one strike here. Gurriel, the last hope for the Houston Astros. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, bounced over to Dansby. Dansby fires it over to first, and here comes the dog pile. Fire the cannons in the battery. Do the chop all throughout Braves country. Pop that top. Your Atlanta Braves have won it all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose what stripes
Want a beer? 7 o'clock in the morning. Scotch?
Hey, howdy, hi, and how the hell are you? Pull up an armchair, girls and boys, and join us for Braves Country Baseball. You're listening live, and the scene is Truist Park in Atlanta, Georgia, where we're set to bring you pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves. Hi, I'm Mac Magee. Here are your starting lineups for today's action. Leading off for the Philadelphia Phillies, Kyle Schwarber, the designated hitter. 28 home runs, 79 RBI, 5 stolen bases, batting .248. Batting second, playing short, Trey Turner. 14 homers, 44 RBI, 14 stolen bases, batting .305. Batting third, playing first, Bryce Harper. 26 home runs, 73 RBI, 5 stolen bases, batting .273. Batting cleanup and playing right, it's Nick Castellanos. 16 home runs, 63 RBI, 5 stolen bases, batting .248. Bryson Stott is batting fifth and playing second. 9 home runs, 46 RBI, 25 stolen bases, batting .234. JT Realmuto, batting sixth, behind home plate. 8 home runs, 28 RBI, 1 stolen base, batting .252. Brandon Marsh is in left field, batting seventh. 12 home runs, 46 RBI, 14 stolen bases, batting .240. Wes Wilson is playing third, batting eighth. 3 home runs, 7 RBI, 2 stolen bases, batting .362. And Rojas is in center field, batting ninth. 3 home runs, 28 RBI, 21 stolen bases, batting .245. On the mound for the Philadelphia Phillies tonight, it's Christopher Sanchez. He's 9-8 with a 3.46 ERA. A 1.25 whip, 140 innings pitched, 142 hits allowed, 108 strikeouts, 34 walks, 5 home runs. He'll be going head-to-head with Spencer Schwellenbach, who is 4-6 with a 4.04 ERA. A 107 whip, 75 2/3 innings pitched, 67 hits allowed, 85 strikeouts, 14 walks, 10 home runs served. Backing up Schwellenbach in the bottom of the first inning and patrolling center field for your Atlanta Braves, it's Michael Harris II. 6 home runs, 27 RBI, 8 stolen bases, batting .247. Batting second, playing second, Whit Merrifield. 4 home runs, 13 RBI, 16 stolen bases, batting .216. Marcell Ozuna is batting third, the designated hitter. 37 home runs, 97 RBI, batting .309. Matt Olson is batting cleanup, playing first. 21 home runs, 63 RBI, a .226 average. Ramon Laureano is in right field with a .226 average. He has 7 home runs, 16 RBI, 4 stolen bases. Adam Duvall is in left field. With the southpaw on the mound, he'll stand there with a .177 batting average, 10 home runs, 29 RBI. Batting seventh, playing short, Orlando Arcia. 12 home runs, 36 RBI, batting .226. Sean Murphy is batting eighth, behind home plate. He has 7 home runs, 16 RBI, batting .222. And Gio Urshela is at the hot corner and batting ninth. 5 home runs, 38 RBI, batting .244. Calling balls and strikes behind home plate tonight, it's Nestor Seja. First base umpires Manny Gonzalez. Second base will be manned by Todd Tichenor. And down the third base line, it's Corey Blazer. Philadelphia Phillies come in tonight, 18 games over 500, 32-29 on the road. Your Atlanta Braves are 8 over 500, 33-27 at home. 7 out of the NL East, a game and a half up on the Mets for the wild card. Tonight's game out in the desert is a pick'em. The over-under is 7.5. We'd like to thank all the Country Club members for helping support the channel. Please become a Country Club member today. And if you haven't already, smash that like and subscribe to Braves Country Radio. Well, it's about that time. Grab you a cold one. Find you an armchair. It's Braves Phillies, the rubber match of a 3-game set. Braves took game 1, 3-1. Phillies took game 2, 3-2. We're expecting a little more fireworks in tonight's ball game. Spencer Schwellenbach on the mound. We expect him to shove and keep the Phillies bats lower than your Atlanta Braves. Give me your Atlanta Braves to win this game 6-4, pull within 6 of the NL East, heading towards the weekend. Washington Nationals, I'm going to call it. We've got the that swell emoji kicking in the chat for you Country Club members. Warm up those chop arms, Country Club. Braves Country, get your game face on. We got to get this W tonight.
Get this bus moving. Stop. Come back. Too late.
Roll call! Yeah, roll call!
You're in Braves country.
Good evening, Braves Country. We're going to welcome in our Facebook family here as we edit in the recipients. You want to catch every game pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play. If you're at Atlanta Braves, we're not on radio. Find us over on YouTube. It's where everybody chats. We see people pop in and out of the Facebook, but folks don't tend to stay there. We carry every game over here, Facebook. We carry most of them, but we don't do them all. Getting ready for Phillies and the Braves. Let's go ahead and start in here with this. So many things rolling nowadays, it's kind of hard to keep up with this. And this has not helped. The fact that we've got trying to figure out which feed's going to be quicker over here because okay, I think I figured it out. All right. Good evening, Braves Country. I see Country Club member CP in the chat. The GOAT. I see Country Club member Robert in the chat. Edward Spry. Gary the Real McCoy. Let's see whatever other Country Club member. AY, good to see you. Braves will be wearing their home whites if you're not following along on TV, and the first pitch on the way as we try to set this up and get the video going. There's a fastball from Spencer Schwellenbach, the 1-0, outside wide, 2-0. So a 2-0 count. Braves nothing, Phillies nothing. Kyle Schwarber standing at the plate. The 2-0. Kicks and fires. Right there for a strike. Slider at the knees. 2-1. I know how we used to start these off, but with this video, it's kind of hard. Yes, sir. It is baseball time in Braves country. 2-1 pitch is in the dirt. Ball 3-3-1. So Schwellenbach having a hard time finding the zone to start this game off. Schwarber batting .248 with 28 home runs. Got to be careful here. The pitch. Swing. Chops it off his foot. Rolls foul. Full count. Standing on deck, Trey Turner. Bryce Harper in the hole. We're going to get the other folks in Braves country, say hi to them in a second, trying to do about three, 4 things at once. The payoff pitch, outside wide, ball 4. So Schwarber will head on down to first. One on, nobody out. Biggest thing you'll see the difference in the lineup tonight is Adam Duvall's getting the start. There's a lefty on the mound for the Philadelphia Phillies, Christopher Sanchez. First pitch on the way to Turner is swung on and fouled back out of play. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Schwellenbach comes set. Kicks and fires. Swing. Fouls it back. 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Atlanta Braves wearing their home whites. Phillies wearing the road grays. Red caps for the Phillies. Blue caps for the Braves with the red bill and the classic white A. The 0-2. Schwellenbach brings it. Swung on, chopped over towards second. It's going to be a 4-6-3. Tried to turn the double play, but Turner's way too fast. One down. Good shovel by Merrifield and a good release by Arcia, but once again, I think we all know by now Turner's got elite speed. What little chance we had, I think, was kind of ixnayed when Arcia was having to throw against his body heading towards center field. First pitch on the way is swung on and lifted into center field. That's down for a base hit, and they got runners on the corners, one away. Runners on the corners, one out. Harper just kind of served it into center field. A little late on the swing, but was able to get enough of it to drive it. So the Braves looking for a double play. The first pitch on the way to Castellanos is a swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Harper, you got to keep an eye on him, make sure he doesn't take off here. Castellanos is a double play threat, as does not run quite as well as he used to. The 0-1 swung on, chopped over to third. Gonna be a 5-4-3 in the dirt. Did not get him. Almost had the double play. The Phillies take the 1-0 lead. Hustle by Castellanos got him down. Urshela, pretty good delivery, but Merrifield was having to throw against his body. The throw was a little off. If it was right there at his glove, he's going to turn that, no doubt. But Urshela was losing his balance. Castellanos beat it by just that much. So 1-0 Philadelphia. First pitch on the way to Stott is down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. If you can keep it right here, you'll live with the one run. Philly 1, Braves 0. The 1-0, right there for a strike at the knees. It's 1-1. 1-1 count. Stott batting 5th tonight. The 1-1. Swing, chops it foul off the plate. Game 3 of a 3-game set. Braves won the first one 3-1. Phillies won the second one 3-2. You would suspect there'd be a little more offense in both of these games tonight. From both of these teams tonight in this game, I should say. The 1-2 from Schwell. In the dirt. 2-2. So a 2-2 count. Going to try to roll through the ones I didn't get to on the roll call. They popped up with that 7:08 first pitch today. The whole week it had been 7:15. The 2-2. Swing, pops it up. Can of corn high in the sky. Who wants it? Looks like Gio will take it in between second and third, and that'll end the inning. Phillies put one on the board, but it could have been a lot worse. We'll be back in a flash to grab the bats and do our own damage here in Braves country.
My personality is like, I don't give a f***, but my anxiety be like, I do.
I don't know which one of y'all need to hear this, but give me back the canned green beans. Because you know what? I ain't even trying to be bougie or nothing. This take too much work. Wifey talking about, hey, babe, since I'm out and about, can you get them little green beans, Brad? Yeah. She talking about bust open the bag, rip out both ends, and then break them in half. I said, this whole bag? It's like 300 of these damn things here. I'm gonna be here for hours. This is a lot of work. Got me messing with these big old green beans. Give me the can.
See, kids do the craziest stuff when they too quiet, bro. You gotta go check on them constantly. It ain't no leaving them alone. It ain't no, oh, they good. Nah, you gotta go look because they doing stuff like this. Washing rocks in my sink. Put the rock back outside. Then you gonna ask them, how you did that? Better check on y'all kids if they too quiet. Y'all better play Marco Polo in the house or something because something is happening. Something that's gonna cost you some money is happening.
With the Koufax, I looked at him when I was a kid. I saw him as a kind of Picasso on the mound or something like that. It was this extraordinary artist. With the Koufax, there was this cerebral sort of artistic flair about him.
By the end of the 1966 season, Sandy Koufax was at the peak of his career. He had won 27 games that year, pitched 11 shutouts, and led the league in strikeouts. But just a month after the World Series ended, he called a press conference to announce that he was quitting the game at the age of 31, while he could still lift his arm.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Braves trail 1-0. Michael Harris is going to lead us off. Christopher Sanchez, 3.46 ERA. You're going to see about 3 pitches from him. He's got a sinker, a change, and a slider. And that's it. 48% on the sinkers. The first pitch on the way to Michael Harris is a swing and a miss strike. It's 0-1. 35% on the change, and the slider 17%. He used to throw a cut. He's thrown it away. The 0-1. Down and away, 1-1. Typically, Sanchez, they're looking for him to get through about 5 innings and then turn it over to the bullpen, but he has gone longer, the 1-1. Swing and a miss over the top, 1-2. So a 1-2 count. He's battled a few injuries tonight. Once again, no Jorge Soler, no Travis d'Arnaud in the lineup. Really starting to go, what the hell about Travis? We haven't even seen him pinch hit. The 1-2, down and away, 2-2. So a 2-2 count. Philly 1, Braves 0. The pitch. In the dirt, good take. Tried to get him to chase that change off the plate, full count. You'd like to see the Braves run up his pitch count and get into that bullpen. Braves almost squeaked back and won the game last night off that bullpen, the 3-2. Inside ball 4, good at bat, great at bat, I would say, by Michael Harris II. Considering we've seen so many one-pitch at bats for Harris, pretty impressive start. 1 on, nobody out. Missed the game last night. We had the winning run at second in the 9th. Whit Merrifield just kind of got low contact squibber that Harper booted, but was able to grab into foul territory and then step on the bag afterwards to end the game. First one on the way to Merrifield is up top for a strike. It's 0-1. I was really hoping when he booted that ball, Merrifield was at least going to be able to get to first. The game would have been tied. The 0-1. Sanchez brings it. 95 at the knees. 0-2. You know, doing these casts for so long, if you're following along at home watching on Fox, you're so used to the Bally and everyone else in the 21st century now who is putting the box on the screen, the 0-2. Outside wide 1-2. For whatever reason, Fox Sports does not use that box, although I have seen it on FS1 from time to time. So a 1-2 count. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss Strike 3. Chase that changeup down and away, 1 away. I think we mentioned our score tonight was 6-4. The Big Zoo is our pick to click. Usually with these home games, we start at 7:20, and we were under the impression 7:15 all week. That's what was on all the scoreboards. And then this afternoon, it was changed to 7:08. I guess because the national game, they have the ability to do that if they want to. First pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, it's 0-1. It's either that or the other sites had it wrong. They typically start at 7:15 on Saturday nights, and maybe they just assumed that was the starting time tonight. The 0-1. Lefty, righty, Ozuna digs in, kicks and fires. Swing, hit hard on the ground. That ball was scalded off the glove. Wow! That was a worm burner that ate up the glove of Wes Wilson. He's playing third base tonight. They can't hide his glove anywhere. Man, that ball was smoked. I don't know if Austin Riley... I don't even know if Mr. Gold Glove himself, Aaron Arenado, is going to get that one. Took a funny hop. That ball was absolutely scorched. When your defense is questionable, those things find you somehow. First and second, 1 out. A little surprised that Harris didn't get all the way to third on that one. Good hustle by Marsh to keep it. First pitch on the way is sliced foul. Third base side, it's 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup, 226 batting average with 21 home runs, 63 RBI, 727 OPS. Good to see you, Alabama Retro, Mulberry. Good to see you, Brian, Country Club member, the 0-1. Down and away, misses 1-1. Infante. Who else do we have here? Pretty sure I already got Gary and Goat and Envy, the Country Club members, but good to see you. Robert, the 1-1, swing and a miss, 1-2. So a 1-2 count. See Ron in here tonight. Travis, AY, Country Club member. Robert, Country Club member. I think I failed to mention that one. Alabama Wintro, what you talking about? Willis is in here tonight. The 1-2. Lefty, first and second, 1 out. Brings it. Nasty change. That changeup, it's got a nasty bite to it. It's almost like a sinker. Ethan, good to see you. So a 1-2 count. Or 2-2 count. Pitch on the way. Outside wide ball 3-3-2. Full count to Matt Olson. Bryant, welcome in. First and second, 1 out, the payoff pitch. Swing, chopped up the middle, diving stab by Stott. He'll deliver a 6. 4-3 double play. We know Olsen doesn't run that well. They got him by about a half step. We'll be back in a flash. Braves come up snake eyes here in the bottom of the first.
To the man who told me about my dress being flyed up in the back and did not make it awkward, I hope you have the best life ever.
Here is the story of Dick Raddatz. He got the nickname Monster by striking out several New York Yankees in a row at a game at Fenway Park in 1963. He also dominated one of the best players in baseball history. Mickey Mantle faced him 16 times in his career and struck out an astounding 12 times. Even crazier, he had only one pitch in his repertoire, a 95-mile-an-hour heater delivered sidearm. He still holds the major league for strikeouts by a relief pitcher with 181 in 1964. He won 15 games in a season twice as a reliever. He was the first pitcher in history to have consecutive 20-save seasons. He saved 102 games during his tenure with the Boston Red Sox, which at the time was a team record. For 3 seasons, he was one of the most dominant relief pitchers in the game. Some believe his collapse was due to burning out after facing more than 500 batters for 4 seasons in a row. He took the league by storm, and today we remember him for a short but great career.
Sandy Koufax was at the peak of his career. He called a press conference to announce that he was quitting the game.
The question is why. I don't know if
cortisone is good for you or not. But to take a shot every other ball game is more than I wanted to do, and to walk around with a constant upset stomach because of the pills, and to be high half the time during a ball game because you're taking painkillers. Don't want to have to do that.
What is your thought about the loss of income?
Let's put it this way. If there were a man who did not have use of one of his arms, and you told him it would cost a lot of money and he could buy back that use, he'd give him every dime he had, I believe. That's my feeling. And in a sense, maybe this is what I'm doing. I don't know. I've got a lot of years to live after baseball, and I would like to live them with complete use of my body. I don't regret 1 minute of the last 12 years, but I think I would regret 1 year that was too many.
He would become the youngest man ever elected to the Hall of Fame.
Welcome back to Braves Country Radio. One thing you'll notice, the national broadcast is commercial breaks are about a half minute longer. I always find that funny because they're the ones that complain about how long the games take. We need to shorten the games. First pitch on the way from Schwellenbach is a strike up top to JT Realmuto. It's 0-1. Righty-righty matchup. The 0-1 swung on, popped back foul into the seats high up behind home plate. 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Pitch on the way. Swing. Chops it over to third. Gio's got it. Flips it over to Olsen. 1 away. Philly leads it 1-0. You would have liked to have gotten that run back last inning. That ball was hit really hard on the ground. It was a good defensive play by Stott. I was hoping that thing was going to squeak through. And last night it would have. When they had Stott on the bench and Rojas over there at second, he would have kicked that thing into the dugout. First pitch on the way. Down and in. For a ball, it's 1-0. Brandon Marsh has always reminded me of Captain Caveman standing at the plate. It's weird last year when they had Jake Cave, who you want to call Captain Caveman, but he didn't look like it the way Jake Marsh does. Pitch on the way, swung on, chopped foul. 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Swing and a miss. 95 miles an hour. About letter high over the dish. 1-2. I think the over-under on Schwellenbach today, I believe I saw it was 6.5 for strikeouts. The 1-2. Just misses outside wide. 2-2. So the 2-2 count. Schwellenbach brings it. Swung on, chopped down the first baseline into the dugout. Do it again. Braves will welcome in the Washington Nationals tomorrow night for a 3-game series. Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday afternoon, the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him up top. 2 away. Good pitch by Schwellenbach. Got him with that high cheese. He was probably sitting on the breaking, and he brought it right by his ears. So 2 down. Schwellenbach's first strikeout of the game, if you're keeping up with that. 96-mile-an-hour fastball. Up top and inside, it's 0-1. Weston Wilson, 362 hitter, 7 RBI. The 0-1. 96 up top, 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Number 8 hitter in the order. Down below the knees. 1-2. The 1-2 brings it. Looked like he went around. He did. Strike 3. Got him with the K. That's his second one of the night. Will head to the bottom of the second. Grab the bats and try to tie this sucker up.
If you sneeze and I say God bless you, the only thing you should say is thank you. I don't need to hear all of this. How did you get in my house? Why is my window broken? I'm calling the police. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Hey, what do you call a policewoman that does all those chalk outlines? Tracy.
10 things you didn't know about Theodore Samuel Williams. He disliked the name Teddy and even went as far as amending his birth certificate to say Theodore instead. He had offers from the St. Louis Cardinals and the New York Yankees while he was still in high school. His major league debut was the only game which featured both Williams and Lou Gehrig playing against each other. In 1940, he made his only appearance as a pitcher. He went 2 innings, allowing 1 run on 3 hits, and even struck out a batter. In his autobiography, he stated that his eyes were probably shut on his 1941 All-Star Game walk-off home run. In 1949, he set the MLB record when he got on base in 84 straight games. He was once fined for spitting on a fan who was taunting him after he dropped a fly ball off the bat of Mickey Mantle in Fenway Park. He homered in his last at-bat of his career on September 28, 1960. He almost hit 400 a second time in 1957, but he fell 5 hits short of accomplishing the feat. He took hitting advice from a 14-year-old who told him to dry his bats in an oven to release the moisture they picked up from the playing field and return them to their original weight.
On July 25th, 1966, at Cooperstown, New York, Ted Williams was inducted into the Hall of Fame. Baseball gives every American boy a chance to excel, he said. I hope someday Satchel Paige and Josh Gibson can be added here in some way as a symbol of great Negro League players. They are not here only because they did not get a chance. 5 years later, Leroy Satchel Paige was inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Please like and subscribe today, youtube.com/@Braves Country. Bottom of the second inning. Welcome back as the sun starts to set. Pretty much behind the Truist Park walls at this point. First pitch on the way to lead us off. Swung on. That ball's ripped into left field. That's down for a base hit. And the Ramones has started off the second with a 1-out single. One on, nobody out. First pitch on the way to Adam Duvall is right down the pipe for a strike. It's on 1. I'm just glad to see him take a pitch for once. He has not done that very well. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. 94 inside, just misses 1-1. Adam Duvall getting the start with Soler still out of the lineup, available for pinch hit duties, but not ready to put him in the field yet. I believe that if we had the DH open, he would have already gotten the start. The 1-1 swing, chops it foul. 1-2. I mean, I wouldn't hate the idea of putting Ozuna in a pinch like this in left field. The only problem is, when do you pull him? And then you lose his bat at some point. You could need it in a critical part of the game. So it's kind of a sticky situation. The 1-2. Swing. Chops it foul. That goes into the dugout towards the camera well. The 1-2. Swing. Just got a piece of that to stay alive. We'll do it again. Sanchez, by the way, at 24 pitches. The 1-2. Kicks and fires. Swung on, chopped foul down again. We'll do it again. Must be missing something's going on in the chat. I can see something. TB and BA talking about it, but I don't know what's going on. The 1-2. Lefty, righty. The pitch. Swung on, chops it over back towards the mound. Sanchez can't quite get it. That's going to be an infield single. We'll take it. Good hustle by Duvall and Laureano. It was just past the glove. Just past the glove of Sanchez. Willis. Orlando Arcia comes to the plate. First pitch. Shows bunt, pulls it back. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Lefty righty. Brings it. Swing. Slices it down the line. 0-2. Looked like he might have chased that one off the plate a little bit. Arcia hit a home run last night. That was the only runs that we got, and we did have a few opportunities early. So, it's kind of funny. I think sometimes early in the game you don't really realize as the 0-2 pitch swung on, chops it over towards third. Is that a fair ball? I don't believe it is. I believe it hit us. Yeah, it's foul. If it is, we got problems because nobody's running. We're about to get tripled up. But I think sometimes as fans, when they don't score early, you go, we'll get it. And it just seems like with this team, especially this year, man, you've got to make every single thing count. Anytime you get a scoring position, you got to cash in because they go through these droughts. Hopefully that will change a little bit with Soler getting back in the lineup hopefully this weekend. And hopefully we see some Travis d'Arnaud as well. He's swinging the bat much better than Murphy right now. The 0-2 from Sanchez brings it in the dirt, 1-2. 1-2 count. Braves nothing, Phillies 1, bottom of the second, first and second, nobody out. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, 95 blew it right by him, 1 away. That'll bring Sean Murphy to the plate, and biggest thing with him when he comes up, you just hope he doesn't hit it on the ground. You do wonder if the Braves might try something here, try to move the runners along to stay out of that double play. Smurf batting 8th tonight. First pitch to Sean. Down and in, it's 1-0. Lefty-righty matchup. The 1-0. Kicks and fires. Just misses inside. 2-0. So a 2-0 count. Christopher Sanchez looking at his games, the 2-0 pitch. Looked like it just missed below the knees. It did, but it was called for a low strike by Nestor Seja, 2-1. Good frame by JT, probably got that call, but nonetheless, really shouldn't be a factor. Good to see you, Carrot. Haven't seen old Garrett in a while in the chat. The 2-1 pitch. 95 right there, strike 2. The 2-2. Murphy comes set. Sanchez brings it. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Chase that one out of the zone. Third strike out of the night for Sanchez, 2 away. 36 pitches. That's the good news here with Sanchez right now with 2 outs. The Phillies would like to have him around the 30 or below mark. But you'd like to cash in here. Braves trail 1-0. Honestly, that strikeout might have kept the inning alive. If he makes contact, it's probably a double play. First pitch on the way to Gio Urshela. Swung on. That ball is roasted into the gap. That's going to get down where the green grass grows. 1 run will score, and it bounces into the damn seats. And Duvall will have to stop at third. That's stupid. The worst rule in sports, the ground rule double. God bless. That thing bounces off the wall there. Duvall is going to score with ease. Good piece of hitting by Gio Urshela. At least he's looked at it, realized what was going on. Sanchez was starting these guys off. I was noticing pitches down in the zone, and I think he was headhunting that. It just bounced. They got that short porch over there. First pitch on the way to Harris is chopped back foul. It's on 1. Gio Urshela, 32 years old. If you're watching the game at home, you probably think he's a teenager. He's got a baby face, but been around the league quite some time. The 0-1. Nice take by Harris. That one dipped down. 1-1. A base hit here would give us a 2-run lead for sure. Urshela runs well. Second and third, 2 outs. They'll be running on contact. The infield is back pretty straight away, the 1-1. Inside 2-1. Standing on deck is the ice cream man, Whit Merrifield. Braves have tied it up 1-1. Sanchez, by the way, has thrown 40 pitches. The 2-1 to Harris brings it. Inside ball, 3-1. 3-1 count. On deck is Merrifield. In the hole is the Big Zoo. You would think Harris is going to get something here. Lefty-lefty matchup. You'd think that he's the 3-1. Right down the pipe he did, and Harris couldn't pull the trigger. Wow. 3-2. That was right down Main Street. That's the one you want to swing at if you're Harris. Must have been looking for something else because that locked him up. The payoff pitch. Sanchez brings it. Swing, chops it over to second. That'll be a dribbler. Easy out, and that'll end the inning. But not before Gio Urshela came through in the big clutch. It's tied up. We head to the third, 1-1.
Change doesn't just happen. It is forged by empowered women like me and Norma Ray and the lady from The Blind Side. You know what the difference is between me and her? Blindside's family had her back.
Okay, huddle up, everybody. Your mother's right. She's the quarterback of this family, and we need to protect her like Blindside did.
She just said the mom was Blindside.
Well, she's confused. Blindside was the black kid who played tight end.
Offensive line.
Sorry, African-American kid.
Join the Country Club today. You'll have access to badges, one-of-a-kind emojis to display your Braves pride throughout the ball game. You'll also get instant access to our video drops, members-only chat, wallpapers, and more is on the way. Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the Country Club today.
Hey, I don't know who needs to hear this, but you should probably throw away that unopened bag of salad mix that's been sitting in your fridge for about 3 weeks.
I think there's comfort in continuity. So many things in our country have changed drastically, as they must over the years and over the decades. Violent disruptions. And although baseball has changed, its essence remains the same. It's one of the enduring institutions in our country, and I think we take some comfort from that.
Almost against my will, I got back to Fenway Park. Somehow it felt disloyal to the Brooklyn Dodgers, but it seemed crazy to let this love affair go on the rest of my life and never enjoy another team. So reluctantly, in about 67, a perfect time, I started going back to Fenway Park. And then that whole season took place, and it was such a miracle at first that they had been in 9th place the year before, and they had this impossible dream of a year, that at first I didn't see the similarities between the Red Sox and the Brooklyn Dodgers. I thought I found a winner, finally. But then the similarities set in.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Atlanta Braves have tied this one up. 1-1 your score. We head to the top of the third inning. Rubber match of the 3-game series. Both pitchers duels, game 1 and game 2. First pitch on the way is a curveball right there at the knees for a strike. To Johan Rojas, the number 9 hitter tonight, center fielder. It's 0-1. The 0-1, 96 outside, just misses. 1-1. Schwarber on deck, the 1-1. 93, paints the corner outside, 1-2. Little 1-2 count. Schwellenbach at 33 pitches. So he's pretty good on that front. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him with the bender. 1 away. Schwellenbach's third strikeout of the night. That was a heck of a pitch. You know, when you look to the future and you realize Max Fried is leaving, guys like Schwellenbach are going to soften the blow a little bit. First pitch on the way is a slider down below for a ball. It's 1-0. Schwarber walked his first time up. He does a lot of that. The 1-0. Misses wide, 2-0. He has figured himself out later in his career. Though he bats for not a high average, it's 240, almost 250, 248 this year, which is much higher than before. Is the 2-0. Right there at the knees. P at the knees on the outer edge. 2-1. But even when you see him with the low average, his own base is usually very high. The 2-1 just got there for a strike, 2-2. Schwarber didn't like it, but it did look like it might have clipped the zone. If the other one from last inning against the Braves was a strike, that damn sure was a strike. So a 2-2 count. Schwarber brings it. Tried to get him to chase that bender in the dirt. Laid off the slider, full count. And he'll sit there, and he doesn't worry that much about striking out. He's trying to go yard or get on base. Schwarber. The 3-2. Swing. Pops it back foul. Do it again. The payoff pitch. Schwellenbach brings it again. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him with the bender. Nasty curve. 2 away. Strikeout number 4. That thing was coming down about a 10-4 on a left-hander. First pitch to Turner is a swing and a miss strike. It's 0-1. You usually hear him refer to him as a 2-8 because they're looking from the pitcher's view. But if you're looking from the batter's view, is the 0-1. Chop foul, 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Schwellenbach a strike away from a 1-2-3 inning. What you'd like to see him mix in at some point in this game is a quick inning, a low pitch count. The 0-2. In the dirt, almost gets him. 1-2. On deck is Harper. In the hole is Castellanos. We'd prefer to see those guys in the fourth. The 1-2 brings it. Misses down and away, 2-2. Braves 1, Phillies 1. Phillies 1 run, 1 hit, no error. The Braves had 4 hits in a run. The 2-2 pops it up. Back foul and out of play. We'll do it again. Braves have had some ducks on the pond. Only gotten the 1 run in. If it weren't for a unlucky bounce, it would probably be a 2-1 game. Ground rule double nullified one. The 2-2 chops it foul again. We'll do it again. Well, 2-2 count would be Chris Sale night tomorrow night. We take on the Nationals. The 2-2 swing, lifts it high into left field. Foul territory. Gio makes the catch by the tarps. He flips it to Arcia, and Arcia, no way he was catching that one. They get a laugh out of it. We'll be back in a flash. When we come back, we'll see the Big Zoo. We'll be back here on Braves Country.
We leave for Honduras tomorrow for a tournament on Saturday and Sunday. It's about a 49-hour drive, so plan accordingly. From there, we're going to raft over to Cuba for a night game on Monday. Now, if we pull out a win in Cuba, we get an automatic bid into a tournament that's in Croatia. That game will be on Wednesday. Once that's wrapped up, I would like everyone to meet Saturday morning at the ESPN Sports Complex in Disney for practice. Our first game in Disney starts at noon later that day. Now, don't get spoiled with this schedule. As the season progresses, we will pick up more games. Also, we are still calculating the exchange rates, but Coach Gary will let everyone know how much we owe in tournament fees. Any questions?
Your 80-year-old dog don't want to go on a walk with you, okay? This is my 3rd time this week seeing people carrying around their 80-year-old dog because the dog barely made it on the walk. He don't want to go on a walk with you. He's 1 foot in the grave. What makes you think that he wants to go on a walk with you? Him and George Washington Carver were friends.
Boston fans dared hope they might at last win the World Championship that had been denied them every season since the team sold Babe Ruth to the Yankees. Plans were made for a big victory parade.
He could throw a baseball through a brick wall, as a matter of fact. If I had to choose one person to pitch one game in my one lifetime, I would choose Bob Gibson.
Now, Gibson would face Carl Yastrzemski in the 1967 World Series.
You're listening to Braves Country Radio with Mac Magee, the classic call of Braves Country baseball. Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Atlanta Braves. Philadelphia Phillies. 1-1. First pitch on the way. Drag bunt attempted. Nice play, and that ball's going to be off. The throw is well off the bag. They're trying to take advantage of Wes Wilson playing third base, and it worked. How about that? Clean that up a little bit. Merrifield dropped a bunt, and Wes Wilson barehanded and gunned it down to first. Honestly, considering it was a pretty good throw, especially for a guy that rarely plays over there. The ice cream man is on with nobody out. Here comes the Big Zoo. First pitch, swing, slices it back, foul. It's 0-1. Braves 1, Phillies 1. Merrifield just caught him napping. He timed up that perfectly. He got the soft stuff and just laid it down the line. The 0-1 from Sanchez, his 46th of the night. Brings it. Chops it over to third. This is going to be he's going to get Ozuna 5-3. The good hustle and great jump by Merrifield made it impossible for him to get it over at second. So Merrifield goes first to second. Good base running. One away, but we do have a runner in scoring position. That'll bring Matt Olson to the plate. Lefty-lefty. He's 0 for 1. First pitch. Swing. Slices it foul. Into the seats. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Sanchez looks back, brings it. He's going to spin around, so that'll be one of his moves.
Braves win! Braves win! Braves win!
Thanks for chopping that sign down, y'all. Hitting the century mark. The 0-1 pitch. Swing! That ball is lifted into right field. That's going to go off the wall. Poorly played by Castellanos. One run will score, and your Atlanta Braves will easily take that 2-1 lead. Holy cow. Matt Olson roped that into the right field corner. Castellanos, who's not known for great defensive play, he's made some great plays against Atlanta in the postseason, but typically he's a below-average right fielder. And he misplayed that. He tried to get to it, and I get that, but he probably would have been better off playing it off the wall and keeping Olson to possibly a single as hard as that ball came off the wall. First pitch on the way is down and into Laureano. It's 1-0. Braves lead it 2-1. Ball was hit just below the Coors Light chop sign on the bricks down there here at Truist. Below the chop, as they call it. Little bar that sits down there. So a 2-0 count. If you've never been in there, folks, usually it's typically rented out for like a company party. It's a pretty cool atmosphere. We took the tour down there. It's pretty cool. I've never watched a game there. It'd be really neat. The 2-0. Right there, 2-1. Let's go ahead and start a GoFundMe to get all of us here in Braves country. We'll all go down there and raise hell during the All-Star game next year. So the 2-1 count. Brings it. Right there, P at the knees on the inner cut, 95, 2-2. You like to see Laureano fist one into the outfield. He's 1 for 1 on the day. Standing on deck is Duvall. Olson in scoring position at second. The 2-2 from Sanchez. Swing and a miss. Chase one out of the zone. Strike 3. They were set up inside, but that ball was high and out of the zone. He missed his mark by quite a bit. So though he got the strikeout, keep an eye on that, because you see guys missing their mark by that much. Sometimes it's a one-off, but sometimes it becomes a trend during the game. First pitch to Adam Duvall, who's 1 for 1. 95. He's calling those low strikes tonight. We're just going to have to deal with it. It's 0-1. Duvall asked home plate umpire Nestor Seja about the call, but he's been calling him low all night. That's all I can tell you. Duvall, 1 for 1. The pitch, swing, chases that one down and away. 0-2. And you call that first low strike, then he feels like he's got to swing at the next one. Buries him into the hole. So an 0-2 count. Duvall now batting 180 after that base hit. My, how the mighty have fallen. The 0-2. Swung on, chops it over towards short. And Trey Turner is going to catch Matt Olson in a rundown. Maybe. I don't know. They got it. How about that? So it was a pretty smart, nifty play by Trey Turner. He knew he wasn't going to get Duvall breaking down the line. So he spun and flipped it to third, and Olsen had gotten caught with his hand in the cookie jar. Olsen rounds the base. As they try to get him caught in a pickle, nobody's covering third, and by the time he gets back to third, I think JT Realmuto probably did the smart thing. A younger catcher is going to try to make that throw, and you're not going to get him, and you could end up handcuffing. I believe that was Harper that was covering all the way over there. Yeah, you'd have been handcuffing Harper, and the ball probably rolls in the outfield. So all in all, pretty smart play by Realmuto. A little surprised that he went when he went. He was just assuming it was going to be an out. First pitch on the way. Down and away, it's 1-0. He paused and then went. The 1-0. Arcia digs in. Right there at the knees, 1-1. So runners on the corner. He is not out, as we just called it. He is safe. Everybody's safe. Runners on the corners. The pitch. Swing. Slices it foul, 1-2. Olsen got back. There was never a throw made to third. Realmuto just ate it. Duvall did not make his way down to second. Probably not much of a chance of getting down there. It was a really quick turnaround. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. So Orlando Arcia killed all that noise. But anyways, at least you made Sanchez throw 4 more pitches. Braves have taken the lead. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
Strippers have always used names of expensive things like Diamond or Mercedes. Nowadays, DJs be like, please welcome gas and eggs to the main stage.
Most of the problems in your life are probably your fault. And don't hear what I'm not saying. I do understand you. I get that being a victim makes you feel like you have a get-out-of-jail-free card for being a and I'm here to tell you, no. Stick with me here. You might not be depressed. You might just need to go find a glass of water, eat a salad, have a decent sleep schedule. I have insomnia, do you? Or do you just lack the self-control to put the phone down? I'm not saying these things because I'm trying to be an I'm saying them because when I say you're not allowed to quit, I truly mean it. However, until you start taking accountability for the things that are your fault, then nobody can help you. Have a great day. Whoop.
Hey, baby! We're gonna be here all day! We're gonna be here all day, baby! I like this kind of party!
Say the weird thing.
Is a police officer obstructing a citizen's right to freedom of speech if they handcuff a deaf person?
Bob Gibson's first pitch to Yastrzemski. Here's the pitch. He swung at a base hit out of the right field.
Yastrzemski continued his tear, hitting .400, smashing 3 home runs, and in one game driving in 4 of Boston's 5 runs. But Bob Gibson overwhelmed nearly every other Red Sox hitter.
Gibson set. Here's the pitch. Strike 3.
Despite an aching elbow, he won the first game, took 3 days off, then won the 4th.
He struck him out swinging.
3 days later, he was called in again to pitch the 7th against Boston's best, Jim Lonborg, who had also won his 2 games, but who was starting with only 2 days rest.
For about 70 cents, you can buy a can of soda, regular or diet. For about 70 cents, you can also buy a cup of coffee. For about 70 cents, you can buy a pack of gum, plain or sugarless. For
10 cents a day,
you can buy
the Country Club for Braves Country Radio. Welcome back. Schwellenbach goes back to work. First pitch to Bryce Harper is a swing and a miss. Chase the bender down and in. It's 0-1. Harper 1 for 1. He singled to center back in the first. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Curveball down and in. 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Braves 2, Phillies 1. The 0-2. Just misses outside. 1-2. Looked like he went with the splitter on that last pitch. The 1-2. way high out of the zone. So a 2-2 count. Standing on deck is Castellanos. Stott is in the hole. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him. One away. Schwellenbach now with 5 strikeouts on the day. Chase that bender. Castellanos stands in. First pitch, 97. Did he go around? They're going to check down the line. He did. It's 0-1. First base umpire Manny Gonzalez. Thankfully, we dodge him. I don't know if y'all remember some of the games that he has called behind home plate, but we dodged Manny Gonzalez this series. That was the first thing I about clicked my heels when they announced the umpires for this series. I was like, whew, he's standing on third. That means he'll never make it to home by game 3. The 0-1 pitch swung on, roasted up the middle, just missed Schwellenbach. He had to dive out of the way. Merrifield backhands it, fires it to first. 2 down. 4-3 in your scorecard. Wow. That was that was more dodgeball than it was baseball. He was out there making business decisions. The ball was smoked. He tried to make a play on it. If he touches it, that thing's going to be a base hit. First one to Stott is right there at the knees. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Stott could play in the league for 20 years. I'm always going to remember when his first time we saw him and he hit that home run against us in Philly against A.J. Minter. It was during the regular season. It's just a random game, but I'll always remember that. I don't know why that stands out to me. No, it was his rookie season. I don't think it was his first game. It was the first game I saw him. The 0-1 in the dirt, or 0-2 in the dirt, 1-2. So a 1-2 count. I think those are those things that some will remember, some won't. But if you remember it, they just kind of burned into your memory. The 1-2. Chops it foul. Do it again. The 1-2 count. I mean, if you ask my wife, she says I can't remember nothing. But I remember those plays. The 1-2 brings it. Swing, lifts it high. Not very deep into right field. Camping underneath it is Ramon Laureano, and that'll end the inning. How about that? Another 3 up, 3 down. Let's get it. 2-1 your score. We need more runs for as many hits as we put on.
I don't do ibuprofen. I do ibupuffin.
Damn! Look at you on my page again. Hi! I thought you didn't like me.
Dad?
Yeah.
You think I can take the truck out of town?
How far?
I don't know, like Yosemite?
Maybe, but this thing's been sitting for 4 years. You need to shake it down and make sure everything works before you take it far out of town. You're gonna get stuck on the side of the road with no cell service for 2 days. That'll set you straight.
You don't think I could survive on stuck on the side of the road for 2 days?
Well, you're kind of an indoor dog, so I'm gonna say no.
What does that mean?
You really want me to answer that? Jesus Christ, man.
Alright, look, what if I brought like 5 friends?
Then there'd be 6 of you idiots stuck on the side of the road.
Now to bring up Bob Gibson. The pitch by Landor. Swung on. A long drive, deep left center. Way back. It might be out of here. It is a home run for Bob Gibson.
Gibson won it easily, 7-2, and added insult to injury by hitting a home run of his own.
Joins the list of pitchers who have hit home runs in World Series competition.
In 3 complete series games, he gave up just 14 hits, something no one else had done since Christy Mathewson in 1905. Boston canceled its victory parade. It was a great World Series, but that year more people had watched professional football's first Super Bowl than any series game. Baseball was now said to be too leisurely, too serene to be the national pastime.
Please like and subscribe today, youtube.com/@BravesCountry. Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Atlanta leads this one 2-1. Christopher Sanchez goes back to work. First pitch. 94 inside, just misses. I guess it's 1-0. The 1-0. Brings it. Swing and a miss. 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Braves with 7 hits, but just 2 runs. The 1-1. Down below the knees. 2-1. Like to get a little more breathing room. The 2-1 pitch in the dirt, 3-1. You could chase Sanchez out of here early. The front of their bullpen is not a whole lot to write home about. They kind of built their roster as the 3-1 pitch swung on, chopped over to third. Wow, that thing got through the wickets. That's going to be a base hit. I don't believe Wes Wilson made contact with that one. We'll see if they give him an error or not. He may have grazed it. They're giving him a base hit. Oh, no. It hopped over his glove. So he's not a good third baseman. He plays all over the place, kind of like a Luke Williams, but not nearly as good a glove. He's known for his bat. But he's had some bad luck over there tonight. You've been watching this? I mean, this is insane. First pitch on the way is a swing and a miss by Urshela. RBI double his last time up. It's 0-1. And that is the third difficult play, really difficult play he's had to make tonight. The 0-1. Swatted back foul. A little late on that one. It's 0-2. That's a different philosophy between Philadelphia and Atlanta. The front office, Atlanta does not want poor defense. They figure they're going to build it on pitching, an elite bullpen, and they'll scrape their way through it. The 0-2. That ball's fouled away. We'll do it again. Philadelphia wants to mash their way out of it. They do have a good starting rotation. Their bullpen, it's about middle of the road, but their defense is below average. The 0-2 swung on, chopped it over to short. Turner's got it. He'll just get the lead runner. 6-4 on the putout, 1 away. No chance of getting Urshela. Slow developing play. Good play by Turner. Now, Turner, on the other hand, is an elite defender at short. And Stott's not too shabby himself. And what they've essentially done, if you pay attention to the Philadelphia defense, they have built it up the middle. It's kind of old school. They've built it up the middle. They're going to say that we're going to spend our money on the catcher, the starting pitcher, second base, short, and center field. So they're building it up the middle, as they used to say. First pitch on the way is inside for a ball to Harris. It's 1-0. As far as defensively, the 1-0 brings it in the dirt, 2-0. The Braves, on the other hand, they value the defense. So they don't love it when they have to put someone out there who's got poor defense, but they will. But on the same token, they don't have the potent bats this year because of the injuries. The 2-0 kicks and fires. That ball missed. He called it for a strike. I think it was a very generous call, despite what it's showing on pitch track. So a 2-1 count, lefty-lefty. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Braves 2, Phillies 1. The 2-2. Runner on first, one out, the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Kind of flailed at that one. 2 away. Mentioned it last night. I'm a little surprised that we didn't get Merrifield leading off with the left-hander. I mean, Harris, he'll get hits on lefties, but he usually, if they got tough releases, the starters, much more than the relievers, he normally looks pretty lost up there. First pitch on the way to Merrifield. Swung on and fouled straight back. It's 0-1. You know you're not going to get a hit every time. It's the hardest thing to do in sports, but when you guys have the guys at the top of the line, in my opinion, I want guys who are going to give you good professional at-bats because you're going to see them more often than anybody else. The 0-1 pops it back foul. Will it stay in play? Giving chase, it will not. It's 0-2. Sanchez, by the way, at 76 pitches. He'll be throwing at least 77. So he's on track to get chased around the 5th inning if the Braves continue to work the counts. Really does feel like that we've missed some opportunities with 8 hits and just 2 runs here in 4 innings. The 0-2 in the dirt, 1-2. One-two count. Standing on first base is Gio. Sanchez brings it. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll end the inning. Braves lead it 2-1. We go to the top of the 5th here in Atlanta.
Hello, I'm Charles Daniels. For years, we've been taking you to villages like this and showing you the heartbreak of families whose only mistake was being born poor. They need your help, and for only
$2.99
a month, you can provide
the Country Club for Braves Country Radio.
Ask for more. Sorry? Ask for more money. Why are you starting so low?
Don't get greedy. Ask for $2.99.
As you can see, these villagers are desperate for your help, so don't hesitate. Dial the number and send over
$2.99
a month. That's all we need.
Start higher. I know, right?
$2.99
A month may not sound like a lot, but it can mean so much to
Braves Country Radio.
It's not even a round number. I'm just saying, why not start at
$2.99
a month? That's all these people need to survive. And they'd be so lucky and appreciative to get it. So for the price of a cup of coffee.
You talk about all they need to send is the bare minimum to keep us alive.
How you gonna save our lives with only 39 cents? Because I'm trying to do the math in my head, but I just can't see it.
$2.99
This is plenty.
He keeps saying
$2.99
Why you keep saying
For the price of a cup of coffee.
why it can't be the price of an Arizona iced tea?
Because it's not the price of an Arizona, it's got to be coffee.
It don't though.
Plus, coffee is way more expensive than
$2.99
You know, for a starving village, you people have a lot of energy.
Hey, how much was that coffee?
It doesn't matter.
I bet you don't even know what country you in.
I do know what country I'm in.
What country you at? What country you at?
Braves Country Radio.
All right,
Hey, if you want to see this cheap ass white man again, you better send us
$2.99
cash right now. Don't hesitate.
Welcome back. Schwellenbach. Is Schwellen back. He begins the 5th inning at 60 pitches. First one on the way. Cutter off the edge for a strike. It's on 1. Real Muto, JT Real Muto, 0 for 1 with the ground out. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2. An 0-2 count. Schwellenbach, 1 walk, 1 hit, 1 earned run. Clinging to a 2-1 lead. The 0-2. Swung on, grounded up the middle. Backhanded by Merrifield. Turns around, fires it over to first. Gets JT by about a step. Good play by the ice cream man. 1 away. 4-3 put out. By the way, Christopher Sanchez, who has allowed 8 hits through 4 innings, he has 7 strikeouts. 1 walk as well, but giving up just the 2 earned runs. First pitch to Brandon Marsh. Swing and a miss. 0-1. The 0-1. Fireball on the outside. Doesn't get the call. 1-1. On deck is Wilson. The 1-1, swing and a miss. Pulled the string on that curveball. 1-2. We will see the same Philadelphia Phillies next Thursday in Philadelphia for a 4-game set. The 1-2 in the dirt, 2-2. Those are odd start times. So Thursday night and Friday night, it's going to be a 6:40 next week in Philadelphia. Then it'll be 7:15 on Saturday because of the Foxcast as the payoff or the 2-2 pitches outside wide, 3-2. And then Sunday night baseball, 7:08, Labor Day weekend. The payoff pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with the curveball. 2 down. 6 strikeouts for Schwellenbach. Labor Day weekend, we're gonna flip the script on you. The chat will be Saturday night. The play-by-play will be Sunday night. We'll continue to remind you as it gets closer. First pitch to Wilson. It's right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Wes Wilson. I almost called him Preston Wilson, if y'all remember him. Played for the Marlins, I believe, the 0-1. Down and away, 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Kicks and fires. Slices it foul into the seats. First base side up above. The 1-2. Brings it. Good job of staying off of that one. It's 2-2. So 2-2 count. 2-1 your score. Comes set. 74th pitch of the night. Takes it all the way. It was in the dirt, nowhere near the zone. Full count. On deck is Rojas. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Another 1-2-3 for Schwellenbach. We'll be back in a flash. Braves lead it by just 1.
What you doing?
In the car.
Okay, so I have a question. So if you were a hot dog man and you were selling hot dogs, how would you sell hot dogs?
Hot dog. You want a hot dog? Come get hot dogs. Pickles, like ketchup, mustard, and pickles. I don't like ketchup.
Nobody gonna buy hot dogs from you.
Get the hell out of my...
Hey, Braves Country. This is Mac Magee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Please like and subscribe today. It's free, and it helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
Oh, son hit it too. What we waiting for? What we waiting for? Where you waiting for, bro?
Gas prices.
Somebody explain this to me. But on a Chevrolet, why does the symbol look like a maxi pad?
Time in the course of a ball game is critically important. A baseball game does not rush by with the blur of action of basketball or hockey. It doesn't exist in these sort of spasms the way that it does in football, where everything is lost in the crash and clash of helmets and pads. Instead, we spend most of our time at a ball game pondering inaction. We are sitting there while the third baseman is standing 7 or 8 feet off the bag. The batter steps out of the batter's box and he lifts the bat behind his head. Pitcher steps off the mound, blows on his fingers. That's the action of baseball. It's the absence of action. What it does is it pulls us to the edges of our chairs. It pulls us to that point of anticipation. It pulls us to wondering what's going to happen and playing the game in our mind before it plays on the field itself.
Who is on first?
What are you asking me for? I don't know.
Welcome back to Braves Country. Mac Magee. Welcome back. 2-1 your score. Bottom of the fifth we go. First pitch on the way to Marcell Ozuna is dribbled over to third. Wilson will get this one. Easy out. 1 pitch, 1 out. Not what you want to see. 1 away. Sanchez at 79 pitches. That's where the lack of direction is for me in that dugout. You know you got them on the ropes with the starter. You know if you play your cards right, this will be his last inning. You got to go to the guys and say, hey, first pitch on the way to Olsen is right there at the knees. It's 0-1. Because the players are not, they're in their own world. The 0-1, slice foul. 0-2. They are not aware of pitch counts normally unless their coaching staff tells them. The 0-2. Lefty. Pitch in the dirt. Rolls away towards the first base dugout. 1-2. The 1-2. Swing. Chops it foul. He's looking for another one of those hanging off speed pitches that he can drive into the right corner. Matt Olson doubled to right as the 1-2 pitch is dribbled up the middle. That'll be a 6-3 putout to away. Olson with getting an RBI on that double. The other RBI was Gio Urshela. First pitch on the way to Ramon is swung on and hit hard on the ground, but right at Trey Turner. And just like that, the Braves give him his easy inning. He'll end up getting another pitch inning out of this one. Man, that was not a good job. We'll be back.
I'm going to go ahead and say, if a man cheats, he needs to have points deducted from his credit score. Because, Dan, if I can't trust you, why should the bank?
Man, ain't this the truth? White clubs be free and fun. Black clubs might be $40 and you might die. What a lie at. You go to a white club, somebody in the back gonna holler, hey, all drinks on me. You go party with the black people. Even the gun sounds in the songs make you nervous, boy. You can walk in a white club and make a lot of friends. A lot of friends. You go to a black club and have a potential opposition. You go to a white club, they got a dress code to make sure you ain't got no weapons on you. You go to a black club, you can wear a size 60 pants with a rocket launcher on your hip, and they gonna act like they didn't feel it. At white clubs, they make flyers and stuff. Hey, man, you wear Aeropostales and Sperry's, you get in free. Then you hear that our clubs, look, ladies free all night and make sure y'all fellas bring that bag, you heard me?
Y'all, can somebody explain to me why my wife can't remember where she put her hair tie, but she can remember something I said on December 21st of 2021 at 6:40 p.m.?
Football demonstrates the manic division of labor that makes life confusing and I should think unsatisfying. I mean, who wants to grow up to be a third and long yardage pulling guard?
I once had to think of 99 reasons why baseball was better than football. I already had an assignment to do a magazine piece on that topic, and I thought it would take me a long time to write it, but I finished before lunch. It really isn't difficult. I think the first thing is that baseball has no halftime. Then it has no bands at halftime.
It may be that the most American thing about baseball is that it, as we, the fans, take it, it is a refuge from America. I think that when we go to baseball, we are going away from the America of our daily lives. We go to something that we now consider pastoral. It seems to us historic and connected with the past.
In addition, football combines the two worst features of modern American life. It's violence punctuated by committee meetings.
Welcome back. Gary is asking if Schwellenbach is eligible for the Rookie of the Year. Yes, he is. This is the only year he's ever played baseball. 14 starts. I don't think he'll get it. It's a shame, in my opinion. First pitch on the way. Swung on, lifted high into center field, drifting back. Making the catch is Michael the Hawk Harris. One away. It's a shame to me that they don't have a rookie Cy Young and a rookie MVP. To hell with the Rookie of the Year. They need to go rookie Cy Young, rookie MVP. Because you give two rookies a chance to be acknowledged. And there's no reason why you can't. Other leagues have rookie offensive and rookie defensive players of the year. And I mean, that's essentially what you're giving. And I've always thought that much like the other sports, they should have the defensive player of the year. Give it to one guy in each league. And you could do it for the rookies as well. There's nothing wrong with extra awards. I don't care how long they've been. They have to start somewhere. First pitch on the way. To Schwarber's a strike up top. It's on 1. The 0-1. Fastball down the pipe. 0-2. The 0-2 in the dirt, 1-2. So a 1-2 count. Yeah, JC, you're talking about Schwellenbach. First time being able to watch him is the 1-2 down and in, 2-2. When he first came up, he came up off the minors with 4 pitches. He has now got 6. He's worked on 2 since he's been up. Is the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him. 8 strikeouts for Schwellenbach here in the 6th. Well past his 6.5 over under if you took it in Vegas. So, the other thing is he had these pitches, but he was told down on the farm, don't screw with it. Work on the 4 because we want you to get up on the big league level. Is the first pitch on the way, swung on, lifted high into right field, and that'll be it. 1, 2, 3. How about that? Will Head, bottom of the 6th. Schwell is spinning a gem.
Y'all, is it just me, or does it seem like everything costs like we shopping at an airport now?
Say the weird thing.
In the 2006 movie Idiocracy, they were trying to figure out what kind of footwear would people in the future, and this future filled with morons, what footwear would they have, and what could they do on the small budget that they had at the time? According to the director, the wardrobe designer came across this website with the ugliest plastic shoes she had ever seen. It had like holes in them. And said, we should use these. They're perfect. We can get a bunch of them super cheap. And Judge said, well, what if they become super popular? Then I won't feel like it's from the future. And her response was, they're so ugly. There's no way anyone will ever wear these. They were Crocs.
I was going over the proposed budget for Q2.
Yeah, wait, hold on, Kate. Sorry. Oh, Amanda, you go.
Brian, what is in your coffee cup?
Oh, it's just my nice coffee. No, Brian, we can clearly see there's a beer can in there with just a straw in it.
Okay, well, it's after hours, right? I mean, I don't...
Not after hours. Our work day ends at 5, and it's currently 3 o'clock.
So I put it on my calendar. I'm on the West Coast this week, and
That would make it worse. That would make it noon where you are.
Okay, well, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. I mean, I don't know what...
Either way, you cannot drink on a company call. This is on company time.
All right, well, maybe Matt can just... I don't know...
You're literally slurring your words right now, Brian. And stop drinking.
When you talk to Earl Weaver, he would put you right in the middle of the baseball situation that you wanted to talk about as a writer, and he would tell you everything that was involved. And usually when he was doing this, he would be stark naked in his office and eating it like a chicken or something like this, but a little pint-sized man with no clothes on talking baseball.
I'll always remember Earl sitting in the dugout before a game with a cigarette cupped in his hand like a little boy sneaking a smoke, and his fingers all yellowed by the smoke, telling a story and not realizing that they were playing the national anthem. And after the national anthem, I apologized. I'm sorry I'm still here. And he turned to me and he said, relax, kid, don't worry. We do this every day.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. 2-1, your score hit at the bottom of the sixth. We need to get some runs. This one-run league crap's not going to work. We did that last night, 2-0. Next thing you know, Phillies offense can score in a hurry. Adam Duvall will lead us off. You'll have Duvall, Arcia, and Murphy. First pitch from Sanchez is down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. Sanchez, a 6-pitch inning last inning. So they really bailed him out. He's now at 86 pitches after the first one. The 1-0, inside 2-0. So a 2-0 count. Lefty, righty, bottom of the sixth. Pink, swing. That ball's hit high. That ball's hit deep. That ball's going back. Zip, boom, bam, it's gone. Ram-a-lam-a-ding-dong. Adam Duvall, his 11th home run of the year. Swatted into left field seats. And the Braves, little breathing room, it's 3-1. 421 happy feet later, 110 miles an hour off the bat. That ball was smoked. Duck, that could be heading towards a backyard near you. First pitch on the way. Orlando Arcia is inside first strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Dribbles it over to short. Easy play by Trey Turner. He almost throws it over the head of Harper. Harper had to leap. Steps on the bag. One away. That was just an absolute... That ball got way too much of the plate, and Duvall grooved it. They said it was a 23-degree angle coming off the bat. Didn't have a lot of height, but it got out in a hurry. Most balls hit that hard, ended up getting smacked up against the wall. First pitch to Murphy. Swing and a miss. Over the top, it's 0-1. Sean Murphy. He's going to continue to see it till he makes an adjustment. Sean Murphy is getting off-speed pitches down and in to get him to bang it over to third. The 0-1. Below the knees. 1-1. He's going to have to change his swing or do something. Expect those low ones and kind of dig them out like the way Gio Urshela did. 1-1 pitch. That pitch is well below the knees. Nowhere near the zone. Strike two. Nobody's saying anything from the Braves dugout. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Got him with the bender. 2 down. 8 strikeouts for Sanchez now. You got a total of 16 strikeouts between the two starting pitchers, with 1 out left here in the 6th. 2 down. Gio Urshela, who's 1 for 2 with an RBI, stands in. First pitch, chops it over to third. Tough play by Wilson. He gets that one. I bet he's like, man, I keep getting these in-between hoppers. What the hell? But not before your Atlanta Braves put one on the board. It's 3-1 here in Atlanta.
So have any of y'all fallen in love with me yet? Or do I need to post more nonsense?
So my kid's mom called me this morning and asked me if I could give her $300 to help her out with rent. And we haven't dated since 2015, so I don't normally do this kind of thing like ever, because I take care of my kids. I get them half the time. I'm a good dad, so it's not normal that I help her out with money any kind of way. And I just told her I needed a little bit to think about it, and I would call her back. And before I had a chance to call her back, her sister called me. Her sister tells me that she doesn't actually need the money for rent, and she's trying to get her new boyfriend out of jail because she wanted to be able to be close to him for his birthday. And so, that hit me some type of way, but I decided to call her anyway. And I told her, come get the money, that I would help her out. I just figured, karma will bless me the way that I should be. So she came, she picked up the money. About 2 hours later, I get a call from the county jail, and I accept the charges, and it's her, and she's screaming, and she's cussing, and she's crying, and she wants to know why I gave her counterfeit money. And I told her she wanted to be close to her boyfriend for his birthday, and so, happy birthday.
Under Weaver's leadership for 14 full seasons, the Orioles would win or come in second 12 times, win 4 pennants and 1 world championship. In 1968, pitchers dominated as never before. 1 out of every 5 games played that year was a shutout. Bob Gibson was again the most fearsome performer.
2 strikes and a ball.
He pitched 13 shutouts, won 22 games, and registered the lowest ERA in the history of his league, 1.12.
Standing ovation for Bob Gibson. He has just tied a World Series record.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way from Schwellenbach to Harper. He's roasted down the left field line. Just foul. It's on 1. Schwellenbach at 83 pitches. Braves lead it 3-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Outside wide. 1-1. Harper struck out his last time up. His first time he had a single to center. The 1-1 brings it. Swing, pops it up. Just mistimed that one. Drifting back, making the catches. Arcia. 1 away. Kind of would have liked to see Arcia just stare him down for a catch of the pop-up. Let's just get some fisticuffs going. One down, and that'll bring the cleanup hitter, Castellanos, to the plate. On deck is Stott. First pitch, swing. That ball's rifled foul and out of play. It's 0-1. The beauty, if they can continue this kind of pace, not only is the game moving fast, that's the obvious thing. The other thing is you're not going to face all of their big hitters a fourth time. The 0-1 down and away, 1-1. I don't think by any stretch of the imagination they would let, in a close ball game, no matter how well Schwellenbach is pitching, for him to face anyone a fourth time. But the 1-1, swing and a miss, 1-2. I'm talking about even the bullpen, because eventually the law of averages are if a good hitter is going to get a hit. 1-2, you would think tonight, obviously Iglesias would be warming up, And I would think they're going to go with Jimenez again. I feel like Dylan Lee, if a lefty's up, that's the route they'll go with the game on the line. I can't imagine you're going to go Bummer, the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him. Strikeout number 9. 2 away. This was 20 years ago. Well, 25 years ago. We'd be talking about him trying to shoot for a complete game, but we know that isn't realistic nowadays. Unless he gets a really quick out here and an unbelievably quick 8th inning. First pitch on the way is chopped foul. It's 0-1. Sitting at 90 pitches now. The 0-1. Votto's going to be very close Hall of Fame. I don't think he gets in the first time. The one thing I think he'll get the nod from the writers because of his personality. The 0-1, swing and a miss, 0-2. His numbers they're on that teeter. It's going to come down to what do you value? He might be a modern-day Hall of Famer. I don't think he would have gotten in years ago. The 0-2, down and away, 1-2. The tweet that I'm talking about, I'm assuming everybody missed it because no one reacted to it in the chat. The tweet that he sent out yesterday on his way to the stadium is the 1-2. Swung on, chopped. It's off the glove of Schwellenbach, and that's going to be an infield single. Man, that's some bad luck. Schwellenbach, if he leaves it alone, it's probably going to be a 6-3 put out or a 5-3 put out. It's just instincts to stick your glove up like that. I think they're eventually going to start telling pitchers, don't try to field it unless it's like a soft one right to you, because it is more likely that you're going to get that bad hop because you're not really set. First pitch, swing, that ball's rifled into the gap, and there we go. It'll be into the gap. Laureano cuts it off. Here comes the throw home from Merrifield, and it's 3-2. So bad luck. Infield single, and JT Realmuto took advantage of his inexperience. You could tell Schwellenbach was just firing a pitch in there out of frustration, and Realmuto slapped it to the gap. Good job by Ramon Laureano, by the way. He kept it from going all the way to the wall. Not that it made much of a difference because there's no way you're catching Stott. The throw sure probably never came home, but no harm, no foul as JT stayed at second. But if you throw that ball away, yeah, that'll be it for Schwellenbach. That's a hard luck deal right there for him. He pitched great. He's getting a standing ovation, and rightfully so. We'll be back in a flash. The Braves bullpen trying to hold this one on.
A messy Dollar General. That's what you look like. Oh.
Sometimes I get sent out with a shopping list and my wife's like, do you want me to explain that to you? And I'm like, I think I can handle it. And then I get to the grocery store and I'm like, what is a shallot? You know what I'm saying? How many avocados is avocados? Like if I mess that up, are we going to be eating guacamole for the next week? Apples, cinnamon, tomato sauce, dill weed. What aisle is that in? Milk. That's way too vague. Okay, in my house, we go through stuff like oat milk, soy milk, rice milk, coconut milk, almond milk, every kind of milk. The only kind of milk we don't drink is milk. Okay, I don't even know what milk tastes like anymore. This is going to take me an hour and a half to find all this stuff. I should have asked more questions.
I remember the 1968 World Series. I was 16 years old. Game 1, when he struck out the 17 Tigers, you could feel his purpose burn through a television screen from St. Louis to your living room on Long Island. In a sport that isn't supposed to manifest that degree of outward emotion. He was actually fearsome.
Just think, he's accounted for 16 of the putouts all by himself. He got it! Struck him out! A new world record of 17 strikeouts in one game.
Bob Gibson is the only pitcher to win 7 consecutive World Series starts, each of them a complete game.
And when the game was over, Gibson in the clubhouse.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way from Pierce Johnson to Brandon Marsh. Right there for a strike, it's 0-1. The 0-1, righty-lefty. Kicks and fires. Curve ball. 1-1. In the dirt. Braves 3, Phillies 2. Phillies scored 1 in the first. Braves tied it up in the second. The pitch on the way, curveball right there at the knees. Good curve, 1-2. Braves took the lead in the third and extended that lead in the sixth, all with 1 runs. Philly just scored their second run moments ago, the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Big strikeout by PJ, and that'll end the inning. Get up and stretch, Braves country. It's white knuckling time, 3-2. We head to the bottom of the 7th.
All right! I can't see you. Let me hear you. 1, 2, 3. We out to the ball game. We out to the find me something of Cracker Jack. I don't care if I have to get back going through. Looking for the ball team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3, stretch around at the old ball game. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back. Let me
Welcome back. Phillies bullpen will enter the equation. Tanner Banks, the left-hander, starts us off. First pitch on the way to Michael Harris is 92 up top for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Down and away, 1-1. 1-1 count. Braves lead by only 1. The pitch, swing and a miss, 1-2. Tanner Banks, the left-hander on the mound, throws a curveball trying to get Michael to chase, but he laid off that time. Banks, 32 years old. The 2-2. Tries to get him to chase down just over the plate. 3-2. So a full count. He's from Salt Lake City, Utah. Was drafted by the White Sox back in 2014. The payoff pitch. Swung on. Chops it over towards second. This is going to be a close play. And Michael Harris. Oh, they called him out. I'd like to see a replay of this. Stott, if he got him, was a hell of a play. Harris believes he's safe. I believe we're going to get a challenge. And we are going to get a challenge. So we'll see what happens here. The naked eye, it looked safe, but your eyes can't play tricks on you. Looking at the replay again. Let's see this other angle. Ah, man, that's close. They may have gotten him. They're showing the shovel, and I think he hit that bag. That is so close. That's going to be hard to overturn. I think Michael might get screwed out of this. I think common sense tells you he's safe. It's got to hit the back of the glove to be safe, to be out. But it's so close. His foot is hitting the bag as the ball is going into the glove. It doesn't hit the back of the glove until Harris has touched the bag. By the letter of the law, he's safe. The problem is the call on the field was out. We'll see what they do here. They are going to call him safe. All right. A win from New York. We don't get that very often. How about that? How about that? VT excited that the Braves actually challenged more. They have challenged more here recently, but we haven't been successful. I think it's one of the reasons why they don't challenge. It seems like we always get the old screw job by the folks in New York, which is where the headquarters are. The first pitch on the way to Real Muto is sawed off foul off the mask of JT. It's 0-1. Merrifield at the plate. He's 1 for 3. Tanner Banks, the pitcher, didn't hit the major leagues till 2022. So though he's 32 years old, this is just his third season. Lefty brings it. Outside wide. 1-1. 1-1 count. Braves 3, Phillies 2, nobody out. The pitch. In the dirt, 2-2. Good take by Merrifield. You got to figure this is going to be a hard duo to double up. Standing on deck is Ozuna. They'd have to hit him atom ball to get speed at first with Harris and speed at the plate with Merrifield. The 2-1. Swing and a miss. 94, ripped it right by him, 2-2. The 2-2. Flips it over to first. Keep Harris close by. He easily beat it back. Harris didn't even have to slide. The 2-2 just misses outside. 3-2. Tanner Banks, he has 5 different pitches, a slider, a four-seam, a curve, a change, and a sinker. Throws them all pretty equal. The payoff pitch. Swing! That ball's lifted high into left field, going back. Making the catch is Captain Caveman, and Harris will have to run back to first. He went halfway. Gave it a ride, but didn't quite have enough on it. 1 down. He throws that slider and the four-seam the most, 32 and 30% respectively. He tops out around 94. After that, it's the curve and the change are pretty equal. Sinker, he just throws there to keep you honest. The first pitch, four-seam fastball, misses high, 94 miles an hour. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Lets her go. Swing and a miss. 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Standing on deck is Olson. The 1-1 from Banks. Swing and a miss. Couldn't time it up. 1-2. Got to figure that was the big reason why they were starting this inning with Banks, with the leadoff hitter being a lefty, and then you had Olson sitting down there at the 4 spot. The 1-2. Up top. Misses high and outside, called strike 3. And Ozuna just stands there looking at the ump. He goes, really? That's exactly what he said. He goes, really? And I can't blame him. I mean, that's bad. That is bad. Unbelievable. First pitch to Olson is a swing and a miss strike. It's 0-1. That is just incredibly bad. Especially in that spot of the game, you got to be better as an ump. The 0-1, swing and a miss, 0-2. It is one thing to give bigger strikes early in the game, but when you get the 7th inning on, you got to make these guys earn it on both sides. Pitch in the dirt, makes it 1-2 to Olson. Runner at first, 2 outs. As they keep showing the replay, it's just a terrible call. The 1-2, swing, slices it foul. Harris had taken off. He'll retreat back to first. He was probably expecting the bender from Banks, trying to get in scoring position. Leading by 1, the bottom of the 7th. Here we are, the 1-2 pitch. Swing, slaps it back, foul. Standing on deck, Ramon Laureano, Duvall in the hole. He's already hit 1 out. Braves 3, Phillies 2, bottom 7. The 1-2. Swing. Just got a piece of that. Just spoils it. Foul. We'll do it again. We'll hit the out-of-town scoreboard here in a second. Banks, by the way, 22 pitches into this inning. The 1-2 to Olson. Swing, chops it over towards third. Should be an easy play. Double pumps it and has to fire it to first. Wilson almost screwed that one up. He ain't going to be on defense much longer tonight. We'll be back in a flash. Braves lead it 3-2.
You know, the only people that ever remember all of those holidays and weekends that you worked for your company is your actual family, not your work family. That boss that calls you family, that got a goldfish brain. He can't remember it.
Hey.
No, stop. Don't do that.
Hey, no, I gotta say something. Hey, I don't know whose kid this is over here in the produce section, but he's breaking up all the eggs, and I gotta clean this up. I'm about to drop kick his so I advise you to come get him.
Y'all, Netflix and Hulu got one more time to raise their prices before I go dust off that DVD player that's been sitting in the garage.
Fenway Park, this is not a park, this is a factory, and the brick facade and everything and the little red door on Yawkey Way was called Jersey Street back then. And then you walk through the gates and you come through that little tunnel And then all of a sudden you see the green of the seats, the green of the wall, the green of the field, and the little dirt cut out, and the proximity of the foul line to the stands, and just the closeness of the bullpens to the crowd. And it's like you go down all of a sudden on one knee and you bless yourself and you go, thank God for making me a ball player, because it's heaven.
As a game, I think it's the most interesting game. The units of measure are easy to deal with. The connection to history is plain. You say to an avid basketball fan, what's Kareem's final point total? And what was Wilt's when Kareem passed it? What's Peyton's final yardage total? What was Jim Brown's when Peyton passed it? Even the avid football or basketball fan doesn't know, but the casual baseball fan knows all of these landmarks of history, of individual achievements, of twists and turns in the game's history. 1947 means Jackie Robinson. 1961 means Roger Maris. 1969 means men walked on the moon.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Atlanta Braves lead this one by just one. Another nail biter in this series. Braves won the first game 3-1. Philly the second game 3-2, and now we sit 3-2 here in the eighth. First pitch on the way from Pierce Johnson. It's a swing and a miss strike to Wilson. It's 0-1. Weston Wilson batting .347, even though he's 0 for 2 tonight. The 0-1. Right there. Knuckled at the knees. Good bender, 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Comes set. Kicks and fires. In the dirt. 1-2. Braves lead by one. Johnson, just 7 pitches in, got the last out of the last inning. The 1-2 from Pierce. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with the curveball. One away. That is the 11th strikeout by Braves pitching. Phillies have 9. So 20 strikeouts tonight. Not a whole lot of action when there's a lot of strikeouts, that's for sure. Pierce Johnson to face Stevenson now, who's coming in for the pinch hit for Rojas. First pitch on the way. It's outside wide. It's 1-0. Cal Stevenson, just 6 games this year, batting .200 with the .473 OPS. Righty, lefty. The pitch. Curveball nowhere near the zone. 2-0. Little surprise here once again. They're not going to the lefty here. You got Schwarber standing on deck, left-hander. Really odd. The 2-0. Down below the knees, 3-0. So a 3-0 count. Johnson comes set, brings it. Fastball right there at the knees, 3-1. Braves 3, Phillies 2, top of the 8th. 1 out. Tying run standing at home plate. The pitch, nowhere near the zone, ball 4. So a 5-pitch walk will now bring the go-ahead run. Dylan Lee is now warming up in the bullpen. He should have been ready to roll now. Before, when the lefty first came up. So it looks like they're going to let Schwarber face the right-hander with Turner on deck And they hope to have Lee ready, I guess, by Bryce Harper. Bad management of that bullpen. First pitch on the way is a strike right there on the outer edge. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Misses outside. 1-1. Stevenson stays in to play. He'll stay in probably to play in the outfield. The 1-1. Curveball misses, 2-1. Still on the bench for the Phillies is Bohm, Sosa, and Stubbs. Stubbs is a left-handed catcher. The other two are right-handers. The 2-1. Brings it. Curveball outside wide, ball 3-1. So they're just letting him spin here. Working himself into trouble. The 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. High heat inside, 3-2. Schwarber came out of his shoes on that one. Got him right up in his kitchen. They were set up outside. That's the scary part. He missed his spot by about 12 inches. So a full count. The game right now is at the plate. The payoff pitch. Lifts the glove and brings it. In the dirt, ball 4. Oh, Johnson walks another one. And they'll continue to. Braves going to come out there and kind of shuffle his feet to go talk to him. Once again, Lee is warming up in the pen. And I get it. They're trying to face the righty versus the righty. But well before this, Lee should have came in when the lefty came in. They were not. Basically, Snicker's gotten outmanaged here because he didn't have Dylan Lee up and ready. So when the lefty came on, they were just hoping he would be ready, that he would get that out. You got two. Looks like it might be a pinch runner here for Schwarber. I have to see. No, excuse me. That was Stevenson running back onto the field. Must have grabbed a drink of water or something. So Turner comes on, 2 on, 1 out. First pitch. High strike. We'll take it. It's 0-1. He'll be a tough one to double up with the speed of Trey Turner. We've already seen that once tonight. Righty-righty matchup. The 0-1. Outside wide. Braves lead it by 1. The 1-1 pitch. High and inside. 2-1. Runners on first and second, 1 out. The 2-1 pitch. Swing, slice it back. 2-2. Even if we would get out of this jam, you can still point to the fact that Snicker and company were outmanaged, specifically in this inning. You got to have Lee ready to roll. There was no reason why he wouldn't be. You had a full inning to get him up. The 2-2. Brings it. Swing, chops it over to third. It's going to be a 5-4-3 inning-ending double play. Another great play, not only by Gio, but Merrifield is saving the day over there. The stretches he's getting, wow. We'll be back in a flash. clinging to a 1-run lead. Let's get some insurance, Braves country.
It's not that I hold grudges. It's that I saw who you really are. And ew. Ugh. No, thank you. Barf. Ugh. Yuck.
You do not have to accept her rejection.
Huh. That's an odd start. Let's see where it goes.
I'm a professional dating coach, and I teach guys how to understand the female mind.
Ah. Uh-huh. Professional seems crazy. Dating seems unlikely. And coach, I wouldn't trust you with your best-looking cousin, let alone a T-ball team. But I digress.
Here's an example. I was talking to a girl.
Unlikely. Sorry, keep going.
And she said, I'm not really interested.
That makes more
sense.
sense.
And instead of just going, okay, and then just turning away, I did this. Why would you not be interested in me? I'm the best.
At what? Knots? I don't know what your name is, but for the sake of the video, we're just going to call you Silas.
And she's like, oh, how? I'm like, well, you'd have to come over to my house to find out.
Don't go. You already know how to put the lotion on the skin.
I just played into her little game.
Yeah, a woman's no is never won game of the year. Because it's not a game, you dork.
You want to know what I did with her later?
Wore her skin, I'd imagine. And there's no more seconds after that. That's how he decided to end the video. So that guy can get Have a good day. Goodbye.
In 1968, the New York Mets had wound up in 9th place, a record that would have been an embarrassment for some teams, but represented only the second time the Mets had soared so high. When the 1969 season opened, the odds against their winning the pennant were 100-1. And true to form, they dropped 7 of their first 10 games.
So the Mets are 1 out away from their impossible dream.
They won 38 of their last 49 games, take the Eastern Division title by 8 games.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. I'm telling you right now, the ice cream man has been a godsend. And Gio Urshela, I get it. He didn't put up good numbers at Detroit, and they're rebuilding anyway, so I get that. But he's impressed me as well with his glove. He's gotten a couple of key hits, first pitch on the way to Ramon. I mean, this MASH unit of the Braves, it really is remarkable we're still in the playoff hunt. The 0-1 to Laureano, swung on, chopped foul. It's 0-2. Ruiz is on, the right-hander. Every time I go to mention one guy that's made a huge difference, I look up and there's another guy I'm staring at. I mean, Ramon Laureano has played his part too. The 0-2, fisted foul. We would have told you back in preseason that the Braves starting lineup in the deciding game of a 3-game set in August would have Ramon Laureano, Whit Merrifield, and Gio Urshela. And you'd have laughed and said, man, what are we, 15, 20 games under 500? The 0-2, swing and a miss, chased one up high, went away. 97-mile-an-hour fastball. Jared Kelenick's going to come in and hit for Adam Duvall. Arcia remains on deck. Still available for the Braves in pinch hit form is Soler, Luke Williams, and then I don't know about Travis d'Arnaud. I would say he's not available, but who knows. First pitch on the way, 97 up top. It's 0-1. We have not seen him since he got hit in the hand back on Saturday night, the 0-1. Misses, 1-1. It was the inside part of the wrist if you missed it. So it didn't appear to hit bone, but they have not started him in any of these. He hasn't even pinch hit in any of these games since then. The 1-1 misses up top, 86. They call that a curveball. That thing ain't curving. 2-1. So a 2-1 count. Braves clinging to a 1-run lead. The 2-1 brings it. Nowhere near the zone, 3-1. Bryce Harper leads it off next inning with Castellanos and Stott due up after him. So you'd like to get that extra breathing room so Iglesias isn't walking on eggshells. The 3-1, swing and a miss, blew it right by him, 3-2. If you're just joining us, Schwellenbach went 6 2/3 innings, 2 earned runs, 9 strikeouts. Had a bad luck play that led to that second run in the 7th. The 3-2, caught looking strike 3, froze him with the P at the knees, 2 away. Too many of these Braves batters do not swing with 2 strikes. And it's happening to all of them. So 2 down. Orlando Arcia swings at the first pitch, bangs it off his instep. It's 0-1. The 0-1. I failed to mention this earlier, but the thing I was talking about earlier in the series is the 0-1, misses high, 1-1. I always knew that Hank Aaron had played minor league baseball in Jacksonville, Florida, for the Braves organization, or the Tars, but it came across a picture the other night of him playing for the Jacksonville Braves in 1953. They won what they called the Sally, is the 1-1 misses outside, 2-1. South American League Championship. Iglesias is warming up in the bullpen. The 2-1 misses high, ball 3-1. If he can work himself aboard, Murphy stands on deck. The 2-1 count, or 3-1 count, excuse me. The pitching matchup for this weekend, by the way, the 3-1 chops it over towards short, barehanded by Turner, fires it over to first, gets Arcia by at least 3 steps. He's just kind of Cadillacing down the line, and that'll end the inning. 3 up, 3 down. Harper, Castellanos, and Stott are due up.
It is the year 2024, and printers still be like, hey, you just wanted this blank piece of paper back a little bit warmer, right? Okay, here you go. I'm just a big stupid paper microwave that's full of expensive ink for no reason.
Waylon had an old school bus that he'd painted black, all the windows and everything, with a paintbrush. And she kept dynamite back there in the back, just in case. I recall this one place that we went, it was like a barn. And it come time to get paid, and so we waited and waited, and Waylon's having a fit. Then all of a sudden, everybody started leaving, and everybody left. Wasn't nobody in the place. It was just empty. And Waylon said, you know, we waited long enough. So we get back in the bus, and we split and went right across the field. And we finally got to the pavement. All of a sudden, that whole ass end of that club blew up. I don't know how he made sure everybody was out or what. If there was a possum in there, I imagine he went flying.
We need to throw a big-ass party because I need to be amongst my friends. Let's call the crew. Let's round the boys up. Round the crew up. Let's have a kick-ass party. We got the party. And the boys are back in town. Get town. I have 2 numbers in my phone. Huh.
But Earl Weaver's Orioles, the best team in baseball that year, were waiting for them in Baltimore. Few gave New York much of a chance. As expected, the Mets lost the first game 4-1, but they came back to take the second behind the brilliant pitching of Jerry Kuzma. And then the Orioles came to Shea Stadium, where the Mets and 56,000 of their fans were waiting for them. New York won the third game 5-0, thanks to the pitching of Gary Gentry and Nolan Ryan. In the fourth game, Tom Seaver outpitched Mike Cuellar. To everyone's amazement, the Mets now led the series 3-1. They needed just one more victory.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Atlanta Braves clinging to a 1-run lead. By the way, in the background during the break, it was peeking over at the Bengals Colts preseason game as they went to half. Dude, that's Sam Ellinger. He sucks, man. He's bad. First pitch on the way from Iglesias. Fastball to Bryce Harper up top for a strike. It's 0-1. Braves lead by only 1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Swing. Slices it back foul. 0-2. The pitching matchup for this weekend will be Chris Sale tomorrow night versus Mackenzie Gore. Charlie Morton versus Jake Irvin. And then Ronaldo Lopez versus DJ Hertz. The 0-2 just got a piece of that bender to stay alive. We'll do it again. I think I've been telling y'all 1 o'clock. The game on Sunday, I keep forgetting about this. It is a noon first pitch. It's a Roku game. So you have to have Roku to be able to see it. The 0-2, down and in. Did he go around? They checked down the line, said he did not. 1-2. Third base umpire, Corey Blazer. So it is a noon first pitch. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Big out number 1 here in the 9th. So once again, Braves game Sunday morning-ish. Sunday afternoon, depends on where you live. Is noon. First pitch on the way to Nick Castellanos is a swing and a miss strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss at the knees. Excuse me. Caught looking at the knees, 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Castellanos 0 for 3. Righty. Brings it. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 down. 2 outs, just 1 out away. Bryson Stott stands in between the Atlanta Braves and a nail-biting series between these Braves and Phillies. Probably a preview of what we'll see next week in October. The first pitch, 97 at the knees. It's 0-1. By the way, tonight you got the Mets start their series in San Diego to take on the Padres. The 0-1, right there at the knees. It's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Braves faithful standing up, rooting along eyeglasses. Got to figure he'll probably be going with his changeup. It's where he likes to go. The 0-2 just misses outside wide with 97. 1-2. Might be setting him up. The 0-2 from Raisel Iglesias brings it. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Braves win. Braves win. Your Atlanta Braves win. Whiskey for my men. Beer for my horses. 3-2 your final. What an outstanding performance by Spencer Schwellenbach. I think we got to give him the game ball here. Spencer Schwellenbach with 6 2/3 tonight. Rifled off 9 strikeouts. And your Atlanta Braves beat the Philadelphia Phillies. Will climb back in. 6 games behind the Phillies. But more importantly, we go to 2 games in front of the New York Mets. They play tonight at 9:40 first pitch. Atlanta gets a much-needed, big-time W. Other guys, we had 3 runs, 10 hits, no errors. Phillies, 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors. The big contributions tonight, it's kind of a team win, but hey, if it wasn't for Schwellenbach getting the 9 strikeouts, how about Adam Duvall coming off the bench tonight, going 3 for 3 and a home run? And that home run proved to be the game-winning RBI as your Atlanta Braves win this one. We'll take the rest of the night off, and then we head into a 3-game series at home here at Truist Park against the Washington Nationals. And of course, the big thing on that is the Nationals have had our number this year. With that being said, it's a big, big series. We've got to get this win. We'll leave out of here with you tonight. Braves win it 3-2. Schwellenbach gets the game ball. Y'all have a good one, Braves country.
To left center. Can Andrew catch up with it? A diving catch ends the game!
Hit to deep right center field. Andrew Jones. Oh, good night. That's why that man's a Gold Glover. I mean, that saved 3 runs.
Where Singles Would Go to Die by D.M. McGee, 2024. He'd lean forth an inch. Closer and closer, we all came to see 25. Our pitchers were fearless, on the hill with no worries, backed by the greatest center fielder alive. Into the gap? Ha, that's a laugh. Jones was faster than light. Andrew would dart, more like an art, the crowd oohing and awing with sighs. Bombs from the plate, speed on the base, a swing and a smile and big fly. But we came to gaze, and were always amazed, where singles would go to die. Where Singles Would Go to Die by D.M. McGee, 2024.
Eat your heart out, Willie Mays.
Exactly. That's a tougher play than Willie Mays made. Darn tootin'.
Lineup for yesterday by Ogden Ash. A is for Alex, the great Alexander. More goose eggs he pitched than a popular gander. B is for Bresnahan, back of the plate. The Cubs were his love and McGraw his hate. C is for Cobb, who grew spikes not corn and made all the basemen wish they weren't born. D is for Dean, the grammatical diz. When they asked who's the tops, said correctly I is. E is for Evers, his jaw in advance, never afraid to tinker with chance. F is for Fordham, and Frankie and Fish. I wish he were back with the Giants, I wish. G is for Gehrig, the pride of the stadium. His record pure gold, his courage pure radium. H is for Hornsby. When pitching to Raj, the pitcher would pitch, then the pitcher would dodge. I is for me, not a hard-hitting man, but an outstanding all-time, incurable fan. J is for Johnson, the big train in his prime, was so fast he could throw 3 strikes at a time. K is for Keeler, as fresh as green paint, the fastest and mostest to hit where they ain't. L is for LaHoy, whom Clevelanders love, Napoleon himself with glue in his glove. M is for Matty, who carried a charm in the form of an extra brain in his arm. N is for Newsom, Bobo's favorite Ken. You ask how he's here, he talked himself in. O is for Ott, of the restless right foot. When he leaned on the pellet stay put. P is for Plank, the arm of the A's. When he tangled with Matty, games lasted for days. Q is for Don Quixote, Cornelius Mack. Neither Yankees nor years can halt his attack. R is for Ruth, to tell you the truth. There's no more to be said, just R is for Ruth. S is for Speaker, swift center field tender. When the ball saw him coming, it yelled, I surrender. T is for Terry, the giant from Memphis, whose 400 average you can't overemphasize. U would be Ubel if Carl wore a Cockney, but we say Hubble in baseball like football in Rockney. V is for Vance, the Dodgers' very own Dazzy. None of his rivals could throw as fast as he. W. Wagner, the bow-legged beauty, short, closed to all traffic with Honus on duty. X is the first of two X's in Fox, who was right behind Ruth with his powerful socks. Y is for Young, the magnificent sigh. People battled against him, but I never knew why. Z is for Zenith, the summit of fame. These men are up there. These men are the game. Lineup for yesterday, Ogden Nash, January 1949, Sport Magazine.
You're in Braves country.